This episode is brought to you in part by Vector Travel. Visit bookings.vectorstays.com and enter the code NYY Recaps at checkout to get 10% off your next stay. Before we get started, the lineup for tonight's game against the Orioles. In base, Gleyber Torres in there at shortstop, batting second, in place of Aaron Judge, who is out with a sore left side. He is possibly going to get tested tomorrow. Where have I heard this before? Aaron Hicks out there in center field. Giancarlo Stanton the night before, gonna need to step up if Aaron Judge is out of the lineup. Clint Frazier batting fifth. He smoked one right at the third baseman in his final at bat last night. He is my take to rake tonight. I think he's gonna have a big night. Jay Bruce hit his first Yankees home run last night. A little short porch job. Gary Sanchez back behind the dish after a night off. Gio Urshela slumping pretty badly. He is in there at third base tonight. And old reliable Brett Gardner out there in left field as Clint Frazier shifts over to right field. And on the mound, making his Yankees debut, Jameson Taillon. 1-1 this spring with a 1.08 ERA. Threw just 8 1/3 innings, but did have 14 strikeouts. Looked good every time I saw him. Velocity was maybe down a tick from his time with Pittsburgh. He was typically a 95-mile-an-hour guy. He was mostly at 93, occasionally 94 this spring. He does have a very good curveball. He's good friends with Garrett Cole. The Yankees may limit the number of pitches that he throws because they're kind of taking it easy on him as he comes back from a second Tommy John surgery. That is not typically an operation that goes well if you have it 2 times. But on the upside, he's revamped his entire pitching mechanics to try and take some strain off of that elbow. Let's see how it worked out. Let's get started. Hey everybody, it's Derek, and this is NYY Recaps, and tonight is a watch party. This is a very special night because we've got Jameson Taillon making his Yankees debut. We've also got Patrick Hennessey from Unhinged Yankees joining me for at least the first few innings, he said. We'll see. Apparently he has to write a paper. College. The stream will end when Jameson Taillon comes out of the game, but don't worry, I'll be back with a post-game reaction and highlights, as I am for most games. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this experience, and please comment anything that you wish for me to add to the experience. I can't stream the live games, but I can do a little bit of play-by-play and show some old highlights, so enjoy yourselves. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to NYY Recaps. We got a very special watch party tonight. Joining me to my left, Patrick Hennessey. Say what's up, Patrick. Oh, got to make sure Patrick's mic is on. Hang on just a second. Got to remove you from the green room. Okay, we can hear you now. Sorry, Patrick.
Me, Derek. You muted me.
Hey, look, man. I got a strict mute Patrick whenever possible policy.
It's a smart move, but how are we doing?
I tell you what, it's I could be doing a lot better. I heard that Aaron Judge is out of the lineup tonight with a sore rib cage. Where have I heard this before? Stop me when it sounds familiar. What are your thoughts on Aaron Judge?
One word, and that's pain. Mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, bro, I'm so tired of hearing about all these injuries. Like, tonight, you know how, like, whenever I end my streams, we always meditate for the Yankees to win? Either, like, the game or the World Series. Tonight, we just meditated for health, Derek. Like,
right.
Just give me some health on this team, especially with Aaron Judge. I predict an MVP season for him. Hopefully, like, this isn't going to result in an IL stint. But knowing the Yankees, like, he's probably done for the year. Like, you know what I mean?
So the problem with the Yankees isn't just that the injuries happen. It's that they take forever to diagnose the injuries. Remember a couple of years ago, Aaron Hicks had a little bit of soreness in spring training. They said, we're going to shut him down for a couple of days. Next time we saw him was in June. And I feel like the Yankees, I don't know if they're snake bit. I don't know if that's the Voodoo Hex, the David Ortiz jersey that was buried under the stadium. You remember that?
Is that true?
Yeah. So when they were building the stadium, one of the workers who was working on the stadium was a Red Sox fan. And apparently he buried a David Ortiz jersey. But it can't be that much of a hex because they won the World Series that year.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
But maybe it's one of those long-term hexes. It's like Prilosec. Takes a while to kick in.
What's Prilosec?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You're young. You don't get heartburn when you eat weird shit. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I had heartburn like once last year, but other than that, no, not too often. But Derek, I did love the intro when you mentioned like, oh, I have a paper to do college.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to guess what my paper's on? It's actually a solid topic.
Rib injuries.
Goodfellas, the movie,
Goodfellas. Oh, wait a
solid
second.
movie.
Wait a second. What are the odds that I've got this? Hang on. Hang on.
One day, some of the kids from the neighborhood carried my mother's groceries all the way home. You know why? It was out of respect.
Out of respect. That's
I
one of
love
the great.
it. Why do you have that on the soundboard?
It's so I have little sound effects for like baseball. I just always forget to use them because I get like pissed off. Like double play,
Double kill.
great play. You know, things like that. Aaron Judge, which
So-
we won't get to use tonight.
Objection!
Anyway,
What situation would call for the Goodfellas one?
a walk. That's respect, baby.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take
So I've
that.
got it labeled as walk dash respect. So I just
Oh,
always forget to.
Do you see Chabuzi's comment in the chat? Pat's also had kidney stones. That's very true. Very
Yeah,
true. I had kidney stones like last month. Brutal.
I never had those. I don't even want to talk about them. It's making me uncomfortable, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
it's not a good time. It's not a good time.
So, all right. So the Yankees are firing it up here in the next few minutes. We'll let more people join. I think our audience is waiting for the game to start. We're at 55 in the chat. Not bad for pregame. Not bad. I'm watching the game on Masson, so there might be a little bit of a time delay. So I'm going to tell you how it's going to work. Patrick is going to join us for a few innings because he does have the aforementioned Goodfellas paper. By the way, if you need a Goodfellas paper written, I'll write you a Goodfellas paper in 15 minutes, dude.
Well, Derek, we can't talk about this on air now. Now it's all spoiled.
It's honestly one of my favorite movies. But so I'll basically do the play-by-play. I'll let Pat handle the color commentary over here. I'm watching on a different feed, so there might be a slight delay, but we're going to go off of my feed because Patrick does have to dip a little bit early. So what's your prediction for Jameson Taillon tonight, Patrick?
Listen, in my pregame, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna try to stay consistent. I think I remember. I predicted him going 5 innings pitched. I think I had him with 2 earned runs and 7 Ks. I think that would be an ideal start.
Yeah, I don't see him going deep into the game because they do have an off day tomorrow. They're trying to, limit his innings coming back from that second Tommy John surgery. I think they're going to give him kind of like a Corey Kluber outing, unless he buzzes through the lineup with minimal pitches. I think he's going to go 4 innings. I think he's going to give up 1 or 2 runs, strike out 4 or 5 hitters. So I guess if I have to put together a line, I'm going to say 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Solid
I
outing.
would take that.
I would
take
too.
that.
Honestly, it's hard to focus on anything right now because I'm just mentally praying for Judge, like constantly. I'm like communicating with the baseball gods, with the universe, with.
It doesn't feel right.
Look, he's been in the lineup. What? How many games have there been? 5 games, and he's already got a sore side. I'm starting to think that maybe you don't re-sign this guy. I love Aaron Judge, and he's my favorite player, but he did the yoga this winter, right? I mean, you can't make it 5 games without soreness, without having to miss a game.
Maybe he's just get it.
I mean, maybe he's just built differently. Maybe it's I guess what makes him good. You know, his unbelievable ability, his unbelievable size. Maybe
His unbelievable side.
Yeah, it is unbelievable how awful it is. That was a Freudian slip.
Let me put a scenario in your head. Let's say Friday comes around and Judge is not in the lineup. How concerned are you going to be?
Right now, my concern is a 4. I think if he's out of the lineup on Friday, that's 3 straight days. My concern would go up to a 7. If
Mine
he's out,
would be an 8.
Yeah, 7 or 8. I'd say 7. There is the turf thing, so there could be like abundance of caution. If the Yankees win tonight, they'll be 4-2. Maybe you give him an extra day off just to be sure. But if he's out Friday and Saturday, my alarm goes to a 10. It's like alarm bells going off everywhere. It's like red alert.
Same. By then he'd probably just be on the IL, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean they might try and squeeze it out. Just wait as long as possible before they put him on the injured list. All right, so we're getting the Baltimore starting lineup real quick. Let me go through that. We got Cedric Mullins, Trey Mancini, Anthony Santander, Ryan Mountcastle, Maikel Franco. I like Maikel Franco, and Pedro Severino, Rio Ruiz, and they took it off the screen while there was 2 left.
Gotta love it.
This is not going well so far. Jameson Taillon sporting number 50. I don't like those high numbers.
I'm just kind of disappointed because you're getting to see this, and I'm watching a Yankees commercial right now.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, I'm sure they'll cut back to it. I mean, he's just warming up right now. Yeah, the Masson typically has Gary Thorne, and he was the guy who was, like, freaking out when when Gleyber Torres hit those home runs a couple years ago. He was like, practically ready to hang himself in the booth. And I'm disappointed because he's not in the booth this series. I didn't hear him last year either. Maybe he retired.
Interesting. I mean, listen, in my opinion, no one is better than Matty V.
Matty V is great. Yeah, I've been listening to him since the show back in like 2005. Are you guys back from a commercial yet?
Yes.
All right, so I got Jameson Taillon. He's about to step on the rubber. He's kind of staring in at Gary Sanchez, who's standing up. And I guess the umpire's waiting. He's kind of adjusting his mask. And the hitter digs in.
Let me know when the ball hits the glove for you.
All right. And then we'll just try and time it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right now, it's just, I don't know what the delay is. Maybe somebody ran on the field. They're just kind of standing around. They might be waiting for the yes telecast. All right, we just got the double thumbs up. Who loves baseball? This guy. All right. From the stretch, the entire game, the pitch, ball high.
Okay. I think I'm like 2 seconds ahead of you.
Okay. So just pause it for 2 seconds and we're good. Taillon's first pitch was at 93. His velocity has been down a little bit. Second pitch at 94. Outer half, fouled away.
I'm excited, Derek. I think Taillon's going to pitch very well tonight.
I think he's going to pitch well, too. I think he's going to be good overall, but I'm just worried about, the 2 Tommy John surgeries. No matter how well he pitches, I just don't know how well that arm's going to hold up. Fastball high, overthrowing a little bit, 94. 2 out of the first 3 pitches at 94 miles an hour.
I think that this is kind of like an ideal situation, his first start is against the Orioles, right? I mean, you wouldn't want him facing like the Rays in his first start.
Right. And at Yankee Stadium, you don't want him starting on the road. Looks like a cutter, 87, fouled away. 2-2. He looks good in pinstripes, doesn't he?
He does. He looks like a typical Yankee.
That's what I was gonna say. He looks like a Yankee. He's got that. He looks like Mickey Mantle, honestly, with the blue eyes and the clean cut. It'll be a 2-2. Shows bunt. High fastball, 94 out of the zone. Up in the zone a lot tonight. That's something we saw from him this spring. Cedric Mullins hitting .524 on the season. We saw him missing up a lot. I feel like he's overthrowing a little bit. And sometimes when you change your arm motion a little bit, it can be hard to generate velocity. It'll be a 3-2. He stabs at it but misses. 95 on the fastball. First strikeout for Jameson Taillon.
That's my number 2. I don't know about you.
My number 2 right now is Jordan Montgomery.
Oh, no, fair enough. I mean, I know your ace is Domingo Germán, but I think we differ there a little bit still.
So Germán made me look a little bad, but I still think he's gonna have a really good year. His stuff was good. He lost the feel for it.
Yeah.
I like that Taillon goes from the stretch every pitch. First breaking ball of the night misses inside. 80 miles an hour, good bite, but off the plate. Trey Mancini.
A lot of Giolito.
He does a little bit with that short arm now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Giolito, I think, throws harder.
Yeah, it probably does.
Cutter down. Line to third on one hop. Urshela across the diamond. 2 away. 8 pitches so far. 2 outs for Jameson Taillon. I don't think Jameson Taillon can grow a beard. Look at his face. He's too clean shaven. Like I don't think he grows a beard.
I think he had like a little something going on in Pittsburgh. I could be wrong though.
Like one of those, need to stand a little bit closer to the razor type things.
Kinda like something that I could grow out. Just nothing too special, but a little bit of fuzz.
We're not
Yeah, it looked like
interacting.
he had like some sideburns going on, some like little stubbles. Nothing like not like a full beard.
We're not interacting with the chat as much right now because I'm trying to watch the game, but I will respond in between innings. First pitch is a strike curveball over the outer half, ninth pitch of the game. Taillon looks sharp so far to me. What do you think?
I think it looks pretty solid. I mean, bro, like this is kind of what you would expect him to look like when the Yankees acquired him.
Cutter inside, fouled down the right field line and deep. Or was that fair? No, that was foul.
No. I almost just like jinxed everything. Just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, he looks fantastic. That ball's
Crack.
gone.
I've done that a lot of times.
You ever like predict something on one of these watch parties like right before it happened?
I predicted the 3-run home run that Tanaka gave up last year. I think the pitch before he threw like a hanging slider. And I said, oh man, that's a 3-run home run waiting to happen. Next pitch is a 3-run home run on a hanging slider. People were like, bro. And I was just like, I mean, I didn't feel extraordinary about it because it was a negative outcome. But 1 and 2 is going to be the count. Taillon here deals with 2 outs from the set. Misses outside with a breaking ball. Command is not amazing, but it's not bad. He's had 2 outs pretty efficiently. He's got 12 pitches. If you get an out right here, I mean, that's a 13-pitch first inning. You'll take it. When I pitched, I always like to keep it at 15 pitches or less because that'll get you 7 innings and 105 pitches.
Yeah, I mean, I never pitched, but like if I did pitch, that's probably the route I would try to go down to, I guess.
2-2 is popped up in the infield. Glaber calls, makes the catch, and Taillon works a scoreless first on those 13 pitches. We got John Means headed to the mound. He'll take the ball for the Orioles. John Means, don't sleep on John Means. He's got a really good changeup. All right, let's see what we got here in the chat here. CC Art says, here we go, Taillon.
Charge.
94 in the chat. Looking good. Luke Hughes says, let's go. I need a voice that says, let's go.
Could we get 99 in the chat? It looks like we're 2 away from that.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. A lot of times these things get up to like 250, but it takes like 2 or 3 innings. A lot of people, I think, don't realize that the game starts at 6:30 this time of year.
Yeah.
Typically during the season, they start at like, I think it's like 7:05, maybe 7:07, something like that, first pitch. But in the early parts of the year, I guess just because they want to take advantage of daylight and maybe hold back on traffic.
Definitely makes sense.
Wheeler says John means business.
Aw, bro. I was
see
just
it.
going to say that. John means business. Damn.
Very punny. Very punny. Not a bad start. Lori C., one of our biggest fans.
Yes, I agree.
Lori's a legend. Shout out to Lori C.
Shout out, Lori.
I think Clint goes yard tonight, Derek.
He was my take to rake. Did you see the intro?
I didn't, but, I mean, I should have seen it. I don't know why I didn't. But, yeah, I think Clint goes yard tonight. I've been predicting Clint to go yard like the past 3 days.
No, here's the deal. His last at bat last night, he hit a rope right at the third baseman, and it was the hardest ball he's hit all season, except for possibly that double. I'm not going off the exit velocities. I'm going off of my eyes, so I could be wrong. That double that he hit down the line the other day was 107. I don't know what last night's line drive was, but it was up in that neighborhood, and it was right at the third baseman. But that tells me that he's like turning on the ball well, that he's locked in. John Means 1-0 this year, 7 innings, 1 run, 5 strikeouts. Sorry, 7 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 5 strikeouts in his first outing of the season.
I'm kind of pissed we're not going to be facing Harvey.
Yeah, I'd love to beat up Harvey. John Means kind of looks like a Yankee, doesn't he?
You know, I was going to say that. He has like a James Paxton kind of look.
Yeah, like he's just got that kind of lanky, everyman lefty kind of thing that the Yankees like. First pitch is 92 on the outside corner to DJ LeMahieu.
Listen,
hitting.
speaking... Yeah, no, go about LeMahieu.
I was going to say LeMahieu hitting 263 so far.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Speaking of Paxton, did you see the injury last night? I feel terrible for the dude.
No, what happened? I missed it.
He left in the second inning with, I believe, like either like elbow tightness or forearm tightness, something down that alley. I feel terrible for him. He just can't get out of his own way.
Right. Check swing foul. 0-2 is the count to LeMahieu. So the other night, I was watching the Angels game. I bought the MLB package so that I could watch some of the West Coast games late at night. My wife falls asleep before I do. She gets up at 5 in the morning. And so a lot of times I just stay up watching baseball or whatever. And I was watching the Angels game, and Ohtani, as DJ rips one to left center field, this is going to be hanging up there and run down by Mullins out there in center field. I was watching the Angels game, and Ohtani was pitching and he was batting second. And he throws like 100 miles an hour, 101 maybe, one inning. Next inning, he hits one, first pitch, 450 some odd feet.
Stupid.
And the sound, it sounded like a cannon blast. It had that Jason Dominguez sound to it. It was just pure contact.
You know, that's why I like the ESPN broadcast too, because they really have like the sounds of the field. You know what I mean? And also Matty V's call on that home run was beautiful.
Yeah. That's right, it was on ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matty V gets excited. What was he the one swinging a drive to right on that on that Greg Bird one? That was
the Lindor Grand Slam?
No, it was the Greg Bird home run in the playoffs a few years back. Where it was 1-0. He hit the home run for Andrew Miller, and he said, "Swinging a drive to right." And
I think it was. I think
Yeah.
he did both. Yeah.
Gleyber Torres, 1-1 is the count. Hanging, breaking ball outside.
Matty V's call of the Rajai Davis home run, Game 7 of the World Series, might be one of my favorite calls of all time.
Dude, I was in Chicago for that. I was in a bar. My company was having their quarterly business review. And the boss is a big baseball fan as Gleyber swings and misses at a changeup. Glaber's been just swinging a wiffle ball bat up there, just not making any contact. So we're watching that game, and the bar's pretty excited, right? And then that home run basically silenced. I've never heard a bar. You would have thought that like the space shuttle just exploded or something. Like it was insanely quiet. You would have thought that they just announced a meteor is headed for Earth, and you've all got 15 minutes.
Bro, could you imagine like what was going on in the mind of a Cubs fan at that moment? They were like, "Oh, here we go again."
Yeah, but then they won, and we got the fireworks around the city. I was on I want to say the 5th or 6th floor, so I had a nice view of the skyline for the city, and all over the city after the Cubs won, there was fireworks. You know, after the game was over,
awesome.
for like hours. It was amazing. It'll be a full count pitch to Gleyber Torres. Fouled away. Better swing from Gleyber right there. To me, Gleyber looks a little bit off balance. If you watch when guys foul off pitches, and this is something that I look for, and it's kind of a nuanced thing. Not every fan is going to know to look for these things, so I'm going to try and educate a little bit here. You can tell when guys are falling off balance after a foul ball that they weren't balanced when they swung. It's kind of an awkward thing as he takes a ball low, 84-mile-an-hour changeup. You might notice sometimes when somebody fouls one straight back, you know, they rip right through it. Typically, they finish up with a nice, balanced, even swing, and the announcer will say, "Ooh, he just missed that one." But if you see guys flailing it off to the right side or to the left side, and they're kind of falling across home plate, that means they weren't balanced. They were not having their best swing, and I'm seeing a lot of that out of Gleyber Torres. So it tells me that there's something up with his timing, but he has had a couple of better swings over the past few days. Here's Aaron Hicks. He's 0 for his last 200. He rips one to center field, but Mullins is going to run it down.
That was a well-hit ball. That might be Hicks's best hit ball of the season.
I don't know if they're going to show the replay, but again, he was off balance on that swing. Let's take a look at the swing. They're showing the replay here. See how he's leaning really forward after he makes contact. That you're supposed to just go right through the ball and finish your swing, and you're not supposed to be pushing your weight forward at all. To me, that was a good contact hit. You know, he hit it on the barrel, but it wasn't a good swing. It wasn't a good at bat.
Yeah.
And he also didn't work the count. Here's Giancarlo.
I still have faith in Aaron Hicks.
Giancarlo takes the ball high. Giancarlo with the high socks. I like the high socks look on Giancarlo better than the under the heels look. What do you think?
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I think everyone looks better with high socks. I mean,
agree.
Gary. I mean, do you remember when Judge never used to wear the high socks?
Yeah. Well, the reason he started doing it is because he wanted to get more of the low pitches called balls, because when you stretch out those pinstripes, it can kind of be an optical illusion where his knee is. So, you know, he's got these long legs. So, umps miss it a lot. It'll be a 1-1 to Giancarlo. Takes a fastball inside off the plate, 92. John Means actually sent Giancarlo Stanton to the injured list a couple of years ago. How did Jack Arnold get back in the chat? That's the guy with the clown horn. We had to ban him on like 2 different accounts.
No way.
Let him. He can stay. See, look how Giancarlo, he fouled that one straight back, and he was balanced over the plate. Now, he let go with one hand, but he wasn't falling off across the plate. He was locked in. He was right on that pitch.
Yeah. Honestly, if John Means shaved his head, he would be your typical Yankee.
Yeah. He looks like a dork. Giancarlo, base hit up the middle.
Nice.
He was kind of reaching on that one. Not a great swing. He pulled an outside pitch, but he hit it hard enough. Gleyber Torres moves over to third, so Yankees are set up first and third. 2 outs. Here's one of those key situations where the Yankees haven't been getting it done. Base hits with runners in scoring position, but you know what? Our man is up. Clint Frazier.
I think he hits the home run here. I think I'm going to call it.
You're calling it?
I think I'm calling it. I'm feeling a Clint bomb right now.
feel
He's going
like
to pimp it, too.
I feel like it's like a 7th inning shot, but he does have massive power against the lefty. This could be a good matchup for Clint Frazier. If I'm Clint Frazier, I'm looking changeup. I'm sitting changeup, and I'm just waiting back an extra second and trying to crush one. Throws a curveball, takes it for a strike, high in the zone, but questionable. Means kind of has that John Rocker look to him a little bit.
Is it bad I don't know who that is?
Oh, man. He was a controversial figure. He got canceled before canceling was in. Back in the 2000, he was in 1999 playoffs. He made some disparaging comments about New York that were considered racist, and basically that was the end of his career. But he's become kind of a pariah in baseball, but he was a really good pitcher. He had command issues for a while. Clint takes a fastball in the inside corner. That was it. That was 93. That was the one.
Oof.
If he knows that's coming, that ball's going into left field seats. He struck out looking, I think, last night on a fastball down the middle with the bases loaded and was just very frustrated. He might be putting a little bit too much pressure on himself a little bit, even though he's got decent stats. He might, starting left fielder, might be pressing a little bit. Ew! Look at that swing. See how he doesn't fall across the plate. He just kind of pivoted a little bit. That is a good swing. That is an on-time swing. Clint Frazier, very, very close to being locked in. That line drive that he hit yesterday, a hard out. You'll hear Kenny Singleton talk about this all the time. He says, when guys start making hard outs, that's when you know that they're close. Inside fastball off the plate.
I miss Kenny Singleton.
Look out! Yeah, I tweeted him all the time. He doesn't really tweet that much, so I don't tweet very much either, but I tweet at him occasionally like, hey, Kenny, what's up?
Has he ever answered?
No.
One day.
I would love to have him on the show.
That would be awesome.
UT says John Rocker was the inspiration for Kenny Powers in Eastbound and Down. Have you seen Eastbound and Down?
No,
Frazier rips one to center field, but it's going to be caught on the warning track. Oh, he almost got it.
I felt like Nostradamus for like 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, almost. That was a great swing, though. I mean, he hit it 400 feet, Patrick. I mean, he hit it at the wrong part of the ballpark.
No, that was a really good swing. I'll take it. Progress. But what movie were you talking about?
Oh, so it was actually a show. It's called Eastbound and Down. It's about this minor league pitcher named Kenny Powers. It's played by Danny McBride, and it was on HBO for a while. It's really, really funny. And the pitcher's kind of like the rednecky stereotype, and he was based on John Rocker, who was kind of a rednecky stereotype dude. But Rocker was like the most jacked dude like ever for a pitcher. Like he's got these neck muscles that it looks like he's carrying like one of those plain neck pillows under his t-shirt. It's ridiculous.
Interesting. Was it before I was born?
He was 99. When were you born?
2000. So yeah.
Yeah, so before you were born. That's unbelievable. I remember all of 1999. That's weird.
So do I.
No, but isn't that a weird thing that, like, you know, people can have memories of times that it's just a weird philosophical thing that's like, it's hard to imagine not existing now that you exist, right? It's the I think, therefore I am from Descartes. There's a quote for your paper. But it's just hard. It's hard not to imagine. It's hard to imagine not existing. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, we could save that for the conspiracy theory podcast, I guess, right? Still got to start that up.
It's a commercial. It's a commercial. How we doing in the chat there? We're up to 132 in the chat. Not too bad. Oh, I got another baseball show for you. This one's on Hulu. Do you have Hulu?
I do. It comes with my Spotify plan, yeah.
Okay, it's called Brockmire. It's got Hank Azaria. He's one of the voices from The Simpsons. He does like the bartender. Taillon back out there, throws a slider off the plate, but called for a strike.
I think one time I was watching like MLB Central and they had him on like promoting the show. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he plays this announcer who in the first episode walks in on his wife cheating on him, and then like the whole series spins out of control from there. He has like a nervous breakdown.
Interesting. Very.
By the way,
I might have to check it out.
If it's in part of your plan, it's worth it. The episodes are like 20 minutes long, but they're really good. How are you guys in the chat liking the guest format for these watch parties? I tried to come up with something at least a little bit interesting. Pat's gonna dip out in a few innings.
Yeah, damn Goodfellas paper.
Yeah.
You know, okay, I'm the biggest procrastinator in the world. When you were in school, were you a procrastinator?
Yeah, so I was an English major. I would wait till the night before and then just write my papers all in one fly ball to center field. Hicks makes a catch. By the way, for the best experience at home, just pause your TV so that you're in tune with Patrick and I, and then we'll be doing the play-by-play. So basically, I would wait till the night before and just write the whole thing. But I like to have as much information as possible. And it's like the longer you wait, the more information you can gather. So that was my excuse.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I work so well under like procrastination circumstances.
Yeah, you're a green light player, man. The same way.
It works for some people.
That
like
last
I need
pitch,
pressure.
Yeah, that last pitch from Taillon, by the way, a beauty. 93 on the corner at the knees on the black. He's been very efficient so far.
He has been.
Throws a changeup, 87 inside. Might have been a cutter that got away from him. Michael Franco up at the dish, 2 for 8 in the series, 250 on the season. Came up with the Phillies. When he came up with the Phillies, he was a beast for about 2 months.
Yeah, I think he came in 2015 to Yankee Stadium and absolutely destroyed us.
Yeah, swung and a miss. Great curveball from Jameson Taillon. That was a 12-6 Yaka! You're looking at the 2031 Yes broadcast team here, folks. Enjoy it.
Wow, that works out perfectly because I already announced my 2036 presidential campaign. So I'll be the Yankees announcer for like 5 years. Then we'll hit the White House.
Nice. I'll stay out of politics. It'll be 2-2. Taillon steps off. Yankees wearing a 16 on their jersey in honor of Whitey Ford. Chairman of the board. I wish I had gotten to see him pitch. Popped up. Sanchez throws away the mask. Camped under it. Makes the play, and there are 2 away. 22 pitches so far through 1 2/3 for Jameson Taillon. Hey, if he keeps up at this pace, he could give you 6 innings maybe.
It all depends on how efficient he works the next couple innings. But yeah, it's definitely possible at this rate. He is what, 22, I think?
Yeah, 22. Yep. Hey, Luke Hughes with the super chat here. Have you seen the Cincinnati Reds? I have not seen them this season.
They dominated today, I believe.
Did they?
Yeah, I think they won 11-4.
I mean, it's a long season. I don't know if I believe too much I see in April. A lot of what comes down to in the season is depth. Which teams have the most depth? Because guys get injured. And a lot of times teams can have a really hot start. Some key player gets injured that throws off the whole lineup. They don't have the depth. If you get a second injury, I mean, that can be the season for a lot of teams. 93-mile-an-hour upstairs for a strike. 0-2 is the count. Jameson Taillon just blastering. Is blastering a word? Blasting the strike zone.
I like blastering. That's a good
blastering.
word.
I've been playing too much Apex. 0-2, 2 outs. Crowd not on their feet, but see some claps from the mildly filled stadium.
Ooh.
Foul hits Gary Sanchez right in the face. He's smiling. Not the first time for him.
I can only imagine what that's like.
Well, they say it's like getting punched in the face, but I don't think so. I mean, I think that's just something catchers want you to believe, I mean, it can't be like getting punched in the face because, I mean, nobody gets knocked out from just those foul tips, right? When was the last time you saw somebody getting... I've seen dudes get knocked out from getting punched in the face. I've never seen anybody get knocked out from a foul tip to the mask.
That's true.
Check swing. 1-2. 26 pitches through 1 2/3 for Taillon. I tell you what, I'd like to see him get an out on the next 3 pitches. That'll keep him under that 15 per inning mark.
That would be ideal, yeah. I think he does it.
Patrick, this is fun. We got to do this again on a night you don't have a paper. I think we're competing with the big guys. So, in terms of a watch party, they're doing a watch party tonight too, and so
I love it. Listen, I think Friday, I'm definitely gonna be doing a watch party. Whether if you want to do it on your channel, my channel, I'm so down. But yeah,
against the Rays,
that's gonna be a fun one.
I was thinking about watching that game out by my fire pit, so probably not.
I'll do a solo watch party. How boring do the solo watch parties get? Just talking to yourself the whole time.
It's tough, man. It's not so much boring. Yeah. It's exhausting and it's tough on the voice. Like I get done and I'm like, I sound like...
I can only imagine.
Yeah, I sound like I've been chewing gravel or something. It's tough. It'll be a 3-2 pitch from Taillon. Ground ball up the middle, right to LeMahieu. Easy toss across the 29 pitches. Hey, 3 outs.
I like it. it.
Taillon looks comfortable. He's not sweating. He doesn't look unnerved. He looks comfortable. He's walking with his shoulders back and his chest out. Looks confident. Also, he's pitching against a Little League team. So, good start so far.
Just the Orioles like that. Jeez.
Yeah, sorry.
Derek, I have a complaint.
What's that?
Do I file it with you or HR?
Who's HR?
I have no idea. But
how about file it with THG?
I might have to because, Derek, my name is spelt wrong.
Oh, really? Where is it? No E at the end?
Yeah, no E at the end.
I'll fix it. I got it. I got you, fam.
I might still have to contact THG. A little bit upset with the treatment of my name.
Instant chat there. So, Jameson Taillon has pitched pretty well. How many strikeouts does he have so far? Just the one? I think just one.
I believe so. Let's
go to the out-of-town scoreboard real quick. The Athletics and the Dodgers are tied in the top of the 10th. Phillies and the Mets. Phillies lead 8-2 in the top of the 7th. Padres and Giants tied going into the bottom of the 9th. How about Fernando Tatis? Possibly a torn labrum. Same injury that that got Miguel Andujar and Greg Bird, and now it's Tatis. You can't come back from that. You can't.
No, and they're going the same route that the Yankees did with Andujar.
They just signed a frickin' $400 million. Was it $340 million or something like that?
Yeah, not fun. Not fun at all for them.
Unbelievable. Braves beat the Nationals 7-6. Reds beat the Pirates 11-4. Red Sox beat the Rays 9-2. Twins 3-2 over the Tigers. Blue Jays drop one to the Rangers 2-1. Brewers beat the Cubs 4-2. Braves up on the Nationals in Game 2. Actually, no, it's over. They played a doubleheader because of the 2 7 innings. 2-0. All right, Means back out there. He's at 23 pitches through the first inning. I tell you what, this is a blast. I'm having a great time.
Solid stuff. Watch parties are cool.
Jay Bruce steps in. Jay Bruce got that first Yankee Stadium home run last night. Kind of a porch job. Patrick, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Oh, there you go. I see you now.
Yeah, I just wasn't talking.
Gotcha. What happened was I was looking at... I got one of those illusion things. I looked at the phone, and I saw you talking from like 2 minutes ago, but no sound was coming through my headphones, so I was like looking at my headphones, and I'm like, is something wrong with my headphones? Bruce fouls. See, that was a great swing. That last foul ball, even you say it immediately. You say, ooh. You can tell when somebody has a really good swing on a foul ball. They foul it straight back. They're very balanced at the plate.
Yeah.
These are the little nuanced things that can help people become a better, more aware fan. Just knowing who's going to break out by what kind of swings they have. And, of course, he is off balance on the breaking ball. Means does have a good breaking ball and a really good changeup.
I see Johnny in the chat said, sorry, Pat, how much to drop the lawsuit? Honestly, I'll take a signed Jacoby Ellsbury jersey, and that'll just clean everything up. So just, if we can make that happen, let me know.
Jacoby Ellsbury will break his hand signing the jersey. They call me Mr. Glass. Did you ever see Unbreakable?
No. Is it a TV show, movie?
Oh, it's a movie. It's one of the greatest movies of all time.
Is it?
Came out before you were born. But it was the movie that it was one of the first movies that invented the, as Bruce strikes out on a bad pitch up in the zone, up and in and above the hands. It's one of those movies that invented the realistic superhero narrative where you don't even realize it's a comic book movie until near the end of the movie. It's really, really interesting. I recommend checking. But the phrase Mr. Glass, there was one of the characters, he has a rare bone disease, and he breaks his bones on glasses, or breaks his bones on glasses, like glass all the time. They shatter, and they're very brittle.
So Aaron Judge.
Somebody says, Giraffe Neck Mark just posted. I saw that he was highlighted on the YouTube creator spotlight for one of the recent games on the Game of the Day. They got to get us on one of those. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Giraffe Neck Mark.
Well, he's a Mets fan.
I don't like his Yankee takes at all.
Right. I saw that somebody, and I missed it just a second ago. Hang on. Not So Family Fun Vision says, Batman 89, greatest movie of all time. I remember seeing that when I was 6 years old when it first came out. That was a pretty damn good movie. And Michael Keaton was, in my opinion, the best Batman. And he's coming back to the Batman universe. He signed a deal with DC to return as Batman, as an older Batman. I think that's going to be fantastic. They're going to tell kind of the story of the aging Batman from the comics. As Gary, little late on an inside fastball, 92, pop fly to center field. Mullins puts it away. Mullins getting a lot of work out there in center field. What's your favorite baseball movie, Patrick?
There's so many of them, but I think my favorite, when I was a kid, my favorite one was Rookie of the Year. But I think now my favorite would have to be Moneyball. Moneyball is just, I could watch that movie over and over again.
Yeah, that movie's great. I remember a couple years ago I was on a train headed to, I took the train from Raleigh, North Carolina to Jacksonville, Florida, and then drove with my friend to Tampa to see a spring training game. And I rode the all-night train, and I watched Moneyball on the train. That was fun.
Was it Amtrak?
I think so. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Amtrak is so underrated. Great experience. 10 out of 10.
I don't know if I'd go 10 out of 10. I was here another movie reference for you guys. There's a movie called Ghost in the 80s where there's this evil ghoul that like died because he got hit by a train and he lives on the train. That's what I felt like. That's what I felt like after I got off of that train, man. So like, as Gio rips one to third, but it's caught.
The movie.
Yeah,
maybe that's why.
So the Yankees go quietly. Gio hits the ball hard. Gio's helmet looks too big. It looks like one of those little kids posing for a Little League photo. You know, where the ears are kind of getting bent down by the hat. He's got the bat choked up God. 5 inches. No, so that night, I'll tell you about my Amtrak story. Basically, between the hours of 10 p.m. and I think 7 a.m., supposed to be quiet hours. You're supposed to have all your phones off. You're supposed to keep it quiet. But the dude next to me, who gets on the trains, basically smelling like he just got out of a marijuana factory, he had his phone on all night, and he passed out. He passed out immediately, probably because of said marijuana. And he's unconscious. And he left his phone on with the sounds, and they were going for like 5 hours. Every 30 seconds, I would start to fall asleep, and then I'd hear, bling, bling.
Oh my God.
And he just didn't wake up. He didn't wake up until his stop. And also, I had brought a hoodie to wear, but it was a little hot on the train, so I figured I would use the hoodie as a pillow. I would put the hoodie up against the window, but there was not enough room between the window, or there was too much room between the window and my head, so I couldn't sit comfortably, like lean up against the window. It was too much space. And so I just couldn't sleep all night. So I didn't sleep that entire night. It's one of the only times in my life that I stayed up for an entire evening, like an entire night, didn't sleep a wink.
Damn. Were you in coach or business? I'm assuming coach.
I don't even know. There was like chickens and cattle. I don't know. It was.
What? All right, now maybe I understand why you didn't have that great of an experience.
No, there was no chickens, but it was just the random routine, whatever the overnight regular price ticket.
Yeah.
As Taillon prepares to take the mound, everybody's standing around waiting for the commercial to end. Top of the third. Is this going to be your final inning with us, Patrick?
I'll stick around until 8. Until 8.
Okay, we got 45 minutes. Are you going live tonight, or?
Yeah, we're gonna be live for the post game. It's gonna be me, Sean, and Dan is gonna be joining us.
Nice. I got to get Dan on here for a watch party.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
Mention it to him. I would love to have the three of us on. That would be great.
That would be something else.
So Dan and I don't think it's been announced yet, are going to play an MLB The Show series for charity at some point this summer, where we both have a charity and the loser has to pay for the winner's charity, make a donation.
That's awesome. Listen, if you guys want to add me in there, I'll play the winner.
Should
and
we
then I'll donate to charity too.
Get a round robin going? That would be fun.
We might have to. We could get a whole tournament going.
Dude, he knows the big guys. He can get John Boy in there. Let's get John Boy on the action. We'll
Bro,
get
I'd be so down.
A massive tournament for charity. That would be amazing. This is how great visions come to life. Just what ifs. It'll be a 2-1 from Taillon. I don't think he's been behind on a hitter since the first inning. Cutter away. Fly ball soft to left field. Gardner camped under it. He knows that outfield very well. Makes the catch. One away. 33 pitches here in the top of the third for Jameson Taillon. Got to say, Patrick, he's been very, very impressive so far.
Yeah, he's looked fantastic. I mean, I can't believe we're already in the third inning. Like, I feel like he's just straight cruising.
THG mentioning how much Dan loves Judge. Dan is a Judge stan. Like, and we say stan in like the reference to the Eminem song. Like, he loves Aaron Judge.
The light way of putting it, yeah.
Like, when Aaron Judge retires, if Dan can get a little bigger, he's gonna tie Aaron Judge up and like keep him in his basement. Like, that's how much he loves Aaron Judge.
Oh, gotta love him. Gotta love him.
Although right now, in that matchup of Dan versus Aaron Judge, I'm taking Judge.
No, yeah, every day of the week. But I know you're not watching the Yes broadcast, but they just flashed back to a clip of Taillon striking out Chase Headley. I don't know when that was. Must have been like 2015, 2014 maybe.
Chase Headley, there's a name from the past. He got a walk-off hit in his Yankee debut, showed up halfway through the game. Last hit as a Yankee, basically, for 3 years.
Yeah, essentially.
94 from Taillon. 3-1, 37 pitches. He fell behind on the count a couple times this inning. Looks to me like he's a little bit more off balance coming out of the stretch as he was there, showing the slow motion wind up as he gets a foul ball on a high fastball that was out of the zone. So as pitchers drive towards home plate, you can get kind of focused on that mitt, and you can get out of the habit of driving towards home plate and get into gliding towards home plate, where you're not really driving downhill. And when that happens, your balance can kind of shift towards that front side, and it can cause you to miss up and away. Arm side, soft fly ball, and Gio runs it down in fair territory right around the line. 2 down. 39 pitches so far for Jameson Taillon, who I believe, I don't want to spoil it, has not allowed a hit yet. I don't think he's allowed a base.
Something, Derek.
I don't think he's allowed a base runner yet. I mean, there's certain phrases I can't say.
No, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in jinxes at all. Like, I'll say right now, like, he has a no-hitter.
Yeah, I don't believe in the jinx either, but I know a lot of people do. And if this guy gets a hit, one of us is going to get assassinated tomorrow because you said that.
Oh, yeah, no, it happens. Like, yeah, I'm the person it always happens to, too, so it's fine.
Inside fastball at 93. Shout out, word to anybody who's watching from Yes Network. Consider this an audition. Looks like the audience is having a good time. I'm not paying as much attention to the chat tonight because we do have a guest. Thank you for joining, Patrick.
Yeah, you know what I'm like at this point? I'm like, you know when you have a friend come over your house so often, it's like they're not even a guest anymore. You just like don't even treat them nicely. I feel like that's me at this point. It's just like I'm just here, you know?
Yeah, so like I have a buddy, my buddy Tom. He and I watch baseball. Not so much during the pandemic, but we used to hang out so often that he would just like pop in. I'd be like, oh, gets the high fastball, strike 3 from Taillon. I believe that's his second strikeout of the night. Yeah, he would just come on in. I'll just say, hey, leave, just leave the door open. Come on in, and he would just come on in. Let's see, we got super chat here from Chase Glover, and he says, "Hey Pat, check your email link to YouTube. Super important."
Let me check that now. Wow, I feel like we're like going in a tunnel system here.
Gene Lusant says, "Derek, what's good? Jameson Taillon's been pretty good tonight. Luke, you dodo hype." Pat's definitely not third wheeling. That's why I'm not paying attention to the audience. The audience is third wheeling tonight.
Derek, you want to know what Chase said in his email?
What did Chase say?
He said he was placed on timeout for calling me Johnny Damon, but he wants to make a dono, but he cannot.
Oh, let's let him back in. You can call Patrick Johnny Damon, and you can call Patrick whatever you want. Just don't come after the big guy on my channel.
I've been called everything under the sun, even on my own channel. I've been called Walmart Garrett Cole, Walmart Andrew Benintendi. What else have I been called? Dude, people in the chat know I've been called it all. I love it.
Walmart NYY Recaps.
Sometimes.
Let me see that
Perfect
tattoo, man.
Yeah, look at that. It's a tiger with a dagger. Oh yeah, and then we got Unhinged right here too. Love that.
Nice. You know what else can get your arms looking good? Just go to the gym once in a while.
When's the NYY Recaps tattoo coming?
I am terrified of needles. I don't like needles, so I'm
Really?
not gonna get a tattoo now.
You know, like going into it, like a lot of people told me like, oh, it hurts. I was lying down on the table so relaxed I could have fallen asleep. But then again, I don't mind needles, so.
I think I have the same issue that my grandfather had. My grandfather used to get his teeth worked on without Novocaine because he didn't like needles. I'm not that crazy about it, but like I don't like needles. I am gonna get the vaccine, but it's gonna be tough. Last time I went to the dentist, actually, I had to have a double root canal, and they put me under. I had to be sedated. And it was weird. I was telling my wife about this because I missed basically a half a day. I went in there at like noon, and I woke up the next morning at like 5 in the morning on my couch with one shoe on. And I was texting my friend that day about, I think we were talking about video games or something like that. And he had sent me a text, and I didn't reply, but I replied the next day. But it seemed like I had replied 15 minutes prior because it was like that period of time that I was sedated. It's like it didn't exist. It wasn't like sleeping. It was like I was 1 second to the next. It was really crazy.
Interesting. I've never been like sedated before.
It's weird. Brett Gardner up. Means 2-0 count. Gardner slashes it through the right side for a base hit. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Your favorite player. Gardy's been looking good.
I just want to see Talkman get some at-bats.
I do like Talkman. I want to see Talkman get some more ABs too. But look, here's the deal. Guys are going to get hurt all season. The way Judge got hurt already, you know this is going to make them just rest him even more, right? So we're going to see plenty of Talkman.
Yeah.
The plan for this watch party was to call it a night after Taillon gets out. So let's hope that Taillon gives us 6 strong by 8 o'clock and then calls it a night. That way Pat can stay on for the whole thing.
Yeah, he probably will. I mean, at this rate, he's cruising.
He's cruising. Got our first dislike of the night.
Yes. Bro, I love haters. Haters motivate me.
Dude, I wake up in the morning, like if I get a bad comment or like someone insults me, I get up and I make like 3 fucking videos that day. And I like somebody the day that I don't know if you remember the lineup video that I made. It got like 70,000 views. Somebody had I had made like a video that I didn't put a lot of effort into the day before. It was just kind of like me chatting or whatever. And somebody said, "You're slacking, man." And I was like, "Oh shit." First of all, I banned the guy because like don't fuck with me. And then like I was sitting in the shower and I'm like, I need to put out a flex piece and just remind people. I just need to remind people who the hell they're watching. And so I put out that lineup music video, which like basically was my Mona Lisa.
Look at you, Derek. Look at you.
Yeah, I mean you got to take the hate and turn it into energy. It's just take their negative energy and just turn it into positive.
Nice.
LeMahieu rips it up the middle, base hit. Yankees are set up. First and second, nobody out. Brett Gardner on second base. DJ LeMahieu at first. And Aaron Judge. Oh, no, that's right. He's out with a sore ribs cage. We're going to get Gleyber Torres, who's slugging .250 this year.
You had to remind me, Derek. You know, I'm leaving now. How about that?
Oh, man. Don't do that. Tell me about this Goodfellas paper. What's your topic? Maybe I can offer some insight because, honestly, I've seen that movie 500 times. I might be able to offer some.
Yeah, so basically, I have to like go through so many different aspects of it. So like the stylistic elements, Scorsese's signature, the songs, the historical setting, production and release, how it's a genre and an art film. There's so many like different things that I have to hit on. But I think I have like 3 pages done so far, which is pretty solid.
I like the music when they're entering into the, I don't know if it was the Coco Cabana or whatever the club was that they went to, where
yes.
It was, and
the
then
Coco Cabana,
yes. Yeah, it was like, and then it was, they brought out a table for him. They go in through the back. Hey, we got another dono. Here's $5 to untime out my account. You are untimed out, my friend.
Chase Glover's a legend. Loved the email, by the way. Thank you.
As Gleyber chops one foul. Another great part of that movie is when he's introducing all of the other gangster. He's like, "This is Nicky 2 times. We call him that because he always said things 2 times. Like, I'm gonna get the papers.
Oh, yeah.
Get the papers." That's one of the great lines. Like, how do you
it's
even?
Like my favorite movie ever.
How do you even write that? That's so good. Were you a Sopranos fan?
You know, I started watching The Sopranos, but I have the attention span of a goldfish, and there's just so many episodes. I knew I was never gonna catch up with everything.
Yeah,
you know?
It can be tough.
But
Gleyber
also,
cuts
like,
through.
I love Goodfellas because I live in Queens, and the majority of the film is like filmed in Queens. So it's like I recognize all these little spots that they use for filming.
I want to move back to New York someday, man.
Do it.
I want to. If somebody from the Yes Network or someone like that wants to bring me in, hey, I'll move up there in a second.
Damn.
Gleyber swings through a fastball away at 93. Glaber just not off to a good start. Thoughts on Glaber?
You know, I think hasn't looked like Glaber Torres to start the season so far, but I don't think he's been bad by any means. I think the power is going to come around eventually.
Laughing at THG's comment here.
I like that. THG.
Neiman Marcus.
It's better than Walmart Garrett Cole.
Chase, why the sad face? I'm not looking at the comments very often, so sorry I missed you. We're watching the game. Wombag Doodle says we're not going scoreless again. I don't think we will. And we got fastball down the middle to Aaron Hicks. He very rarely swings at the first pitch. He did earlier, I believe, and you knew he wasn't going to do it this time, so why not throw a fastball right down the middle?
Yeah.
There's somebody I wish you had gotten to see play on the screen. Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry had one of the most fun swings you'd ever see, and he hit these majestic home runs that would just be so high. You know how Bryce Harper will occasionally hit one and the camera just watches it fly through the air for like 5 minutes. It doesn't go super far, maybe 430, 440, but it's a nice big high arcing home run. Darryl Strawberry used to hit him like that.
Yeah, I never saw Strawberry play. I've seen like some highlights, but yeah, definitely a tank.
Swainer says, Derek, do you watch Friends? It's my favorite show ever. I would never miss a Friends when I was growing up. I used to read the TV guide when I was waiting in line at the grocery store to see what that week's Friends would be about. That was back before, DVR and you had to record everything. You had to be
That's awesome.
You had to be on time and watch the show. Like, it used to come on Thursday nights at, I want to say it was 8 o'clock, maybe 8:30, and then Seinfeld would come on at 9, or you might reverse those two. And then I think in between them would be Just Shoot Me. But
I've never watched the show like on TV like that. I've only watched it on like Netflix or like,
Yeah. It's
just when I was younger.
Different era, man. Different era. Yeah, we lived before. I had a TV that just had a knob. You had to get up and go flip the channel.
Like the Flintstones.
Like one or two of our TVs had remotes. My parents had a remote in their room, and I think we had one on the living room TV, but the one in the basement that I used a lot and the one in my bedroom, you had to get up and go press the button. You had like 13 channels hooked to a cable in the wall, and you had to go actually flip the channels like on the TV.
Damn.
I remember I got a TV for Christmas when I was maybe 10 or 11 years old. I was super lucky, but it was a 13-inch TV. And I remember we didn't get HBO, so I watched Godzilla, but it was scrambled, so the picture was all like scrambled, but you could hear it, but it was also in Japanese. So I would catch like a little bit of the subtitle and then like, all right, what's going on? Like, and that's how I would have to watch occasionally.
Wow.
Movies. Like,
you know the struggle, Derek.
Dude, the struggle is real. Now I've got a whole wall full of Blu-rays behind me. It's kind of awesome. I'm watching in my home theater on a 65-inch 4K LED TV. What are they going to have in 30 years? Like, are we going to have holograms?
Honestly, probably. Ooh.
Hicks, lines went up the middle. There's a base hit. Gardner will score.
Aaron Hicks, baby. Let's go.
Aaron Hicks. He was bound to get a hit sometime. Was Lori C timed out? Somebody timed out Lori C. You don't time out the legend.
Damn.
Who the hell timed out Lori C?
Mods are ruthless tonight. What are we doing?
I don't know who's. I think THG is the man, but we're gonna have to have a chat with whoever else is banning people. Yankees 2021, you better not be timing out my best fans here. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the rules now, just so that the mods know. So mods, listen up because you're both on the chat. The only things that are against the rules are attacking me, like if you say something mean to me, attacking other commenters, like, calling names and being a prick, or spamming. That's pretty much it. And I know Lori would never do any of those.
Yeah,
so maybe there's some kind of glitch that's timing people out, or maybe there's. Oh, you know what? I've got Nightbot turned on. You know what? I've got Nightbot is auto-modding.
Yeah, Nightbot is rough. On my Twitch stream, I have Nightbot, and it times people out sometimes for saying the word insane.
I'm going to remove Nightbot tonight. Hang on. Take over the play-by-play for a second there for me, Patrick. Giancarlo up 1 and 2 count. Runners on first and second.
I'm Michael K. Giancarlo standing at the plate. And here's the pitch. Well, not yet. The pitch is coming.
Sounds just
and
like
that ball's laced to third base and 1 out at second, and that's a double play. That's nice.
All right, Giancarlo. I don't know if you can call
Maybe
that
I
laced.
shouldn't do play-by-play because
Yeah,
clearly I take over inning-ending double play. Like, really?
You got color commentary written all over you. You know what? I'm working on this, and I'm not sure how to remove it. Somebody told me to add Nightbot. It's timed out 26 people tonight. What the hell? Wow.
Should time out Nightbot.
I don't know how to do it. Let me hang on. Let me go into the analytics. While we're in a commercial.
How about while you're doing that, I tell my life story?
Go ahead. Where are you from, Patrick?
It was actually a joke. I mean, we could talk about like I'll talk about the Kansas City Royals. How about that? Listen.
Okay.
Chat.
So it says so it's timing people out for typing in all caps. I figured it out.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay, so spam protection, excess caps, we're going to disable that. Boom.
You plan on going to any games this year, Derek?
I'd like to, but I got to get my vaccine first because I'm like 20 pounds overweight right now because of the pandemic. I was fit before the pandemic, but now I'm like disgusting.
I think it happens to a lot of people.
If I catch anything, I'm going to straight up die. So I'm just trying to hang in there. Until
That's so not true.
No, seriously. So I'm just hanging in there. I mean, I would hate to be that guy who lives through the pandemic but survives after the fucking vaccine has been found. I keep swearing tonight. I don't know why. I think I'm just angry because of the Aaron Judge thing. Honestly, it does that to me. When somebody on the Yankees gets hurt or something's not going well with the team, I become a completely different person. I become just this agitated, irritable, grumpy guy. And it's all because of the Yankees.
You know, I'm glad you said that because for a minute I thought I just bring the bad side out in you, and I'm like, all right, maybe I'm a little bit of a bad influence, but that's fine. Like it works either way.
Taillon back out there for the 4 misses high with his first pitch. 43 pitches so far for Jameson Taillon. Through 3 innings, I think he's been fantastic. This is honestly one of the better starts the Yankees have had this year. It's been very efficient, throwing strikes, soft contact, very Montgomery-ish. Although this one is crushed! Oh my God!
You just had to say something, huh?
And this ball gets hit into the right field bleachers. Looked like a hanging changeup. And I believe that was Mullins. Was that Mullins? I've got the thing muted. He hit one that took off like a rocket. His first home run of the year, 105 mile an hour off the bat, 406 feet. It landed about 3 rows back in the right center field bleachers. Wow. Bad pitch. Right down the middle. They're showing it again. They call that a cock shot. Right down the middle, cock height, deep into the night of New York.
Bryce Harper swing.
That was. He had the same follow-through, too. And then we got guys on the bench. Guys on the bench wearing their masks, but with the nose out, which makes no sense. We call that...
Tell him, Derek.
Yeah.
Damn, you really jinxed that.
I did.
Damn.
I was talking...
I don't even believe in jinxes, but that was a jinx.
First hit of the night. Chip has to go eat dinner. Go eat dinner, man. See you in 30 minutes. Hey, Lori sent I think Lori sent a chat here. So, appreciate it. Love these collabs. Me too, man. Me too. Appreciate it.
Lori.
I'm going to update the score because I haven't updated it all night. So, 1-1 here. Top of the 4th. During the first couple of watch parties, I was like updating the pitching line the entire night, and that got to be too much. Like I can't. It's hard as just one person to do that. If this channel ever grows to the point where I can bring on a producer, I'll just have them update the box score like the whole time. But on a night like tonight, it's tough to...
You could just get an intern.
Yeah, I don't want to have somebody in my house.
No. Oh, it would have to be in person?
Yeah, probably. Got another strikeout here from Jameson Taillon. I'm loving these replays of the slow motion from behind home plate.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're getting... Actually, I'm watching Masson, so...
they just showed it on Yes, too, yeah. How often do you get to watch the games on Yes?
Most of the time, the Orioles are the local team, and the Nationals are considered a local team too. So when the Yankees play the Nationals or the Orioles,
Gotcha.
I have to watch on the Mid-Atlantic Sports Network because that's kind of my local team.
You know, what do you think about that big Yes app logo in the top right of the entire game every night?
It sucks, man. It's awful. Another pitch drilled to right field. This one is gone into the bullpen. High, straight fastball. Tomahawked over the right center field wall.
That's not ideal.
THG saying I untimed out some people. I didn't untime out anybody. I think it just happened. Junior B says game over. Come on. It's the 4th inning. That's a clown horn. That's 2 clown horns.
Do you think he's done after the 4th?
Maybe. I called 4 innings, 2 runs. So right now we're at 3 innings, 3 1/3, 2 runs. We'll see. I mean, he's left 2 balls right out over the middle of the plate. We'll have to see how the rest of the inning goes. This is a good test of a pitcher. You know, how do you bounce back after trouble? And again, that was just a fastball belt high right down the middle of the plate. You can't do that in Yankee Stadium to lefties. He's going to learn that. He just learned it the hard way.
Yeah, twice.
Fastball at 94 away, pumping up the velocity a little bit. 53 pitches for Taillon. I figured he would throw about 70. So I think he's going to throw the 5th inning.
You think?
I think he's going to throw the 5th inning. It really depends on how this inning... If he throws 10, 12 more pitches to get 2 outs, then maybe not. But if he's out of here with less than 60 pitches, I like his chances to come back out. If he gives up another hit or another run, they're going to have to get the bullpen up.
He was cruising for the first 3.
Yeah, Edward NG says 2 bad pitches, but you can't make bad pitches. I mean, I hate it when they say that. It's every game, every time a hitter, you know, he gives up 3 home runs. Oh, I just made 3 bad pitches. Well, you can't do that. You got to make all good pitches. And there's something called a good miss, right? If you're gonna miss, you miss down. You miss down in the zone. Throwing it right. My high school coach, rest in peace, used to yell at me when I gave up a lot of home runs one year, my junior year, and I would be if I fell behind in the count, I would try and throw a get me over as a cutter for strike 3. I would try and throw a get me over fastball, but I would leave it up, and he used to yell at me, and like, you know, motion like the middle of the plate cock shot area, and he would say, "This is not a strike, even though it is a technical strike. That's not a good pitch. You can't throw those pitches."
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think regardless of those 2 home runs, I mean, Taillon's stuff looks really good. He just like lacks control a little bit, which is expected, like from a guy who hasn't pitched since 2019, right?
Right.
Kind of the same thing as the Kluber start that he showed us.
I thought Kluber looked really good. He had some command issues too, but I mean, these guys having not pitched in so long, they're gonna have issues. Taillon has shown some good things. He's shown a good curveball. He's had some efficient innings, so I'm not upset with Taillon. Garrett Cole yakking it up in the dugout. He had a good night last night. 13 strikeouts.
Nice.
Another breaking ball away, swung on and missed. 1-2 the count. 59 pitches for Jameson Taillon. They haven't shown the Yankee bullpen. I'm going to go ahead and assume that there's no action yet. That last breaking pitch was nasty.
Filthy, yeah.
On the corner, good bite. I'm gonna have to remove Nightbot completely because it screwed up a lot of stuff here in this chat. I had
Yeah,
StreamYard.
screw you, Nightbot.
I had that Streamlabs for a while, and it was like glitching out too much. Like if I'm gonna get your service has to work, right?
Yeah.
Because my shit doesn't mess up usually, unless I screw up like an overlay like last night. But if you're gonna do this, you've got to do it well, and I can't be having my equipment glitch out, making me look bad. So hey.
Yeah, I use Streamlabs for my Twitch streams. It's pretty decent. It's impossible to kind of add guests on there, so that's the only issue.
When do you think Taillon's night will end? UTG 49. I think he's going to go one more inning.
Probably will. He probably will.
Nasty slider. 62 pitches through 3 2/3. He's probably going to get out of this inning if he gets this guy out with about 65 pitches or so. Unless we have like a massive foul ball streak. This is the action pitch. 2-2. You want to make something happen on 2-2. You don't want to have to go to 3-2. So look for something. I'm going to throw a slider away possibly. There it is.
Nice.
Curveball down in the zone. Strike 3.
That was filthy.
That was filthy. That was a hammer of a curveball. And they're showing the replay of the home runs now. That first swing was a Bryce Harper swing. That was the perfect Bryce Harper type follow-up.
No, yeah.
Pat, take it away for a second. I'm going to hop over and get a water.
Go for it.
Right
I got this. Ready? Chat, how we doing tonight? It's kind of fun because now I feel like I'm on my stream. I'm just talking to the chat like we're on Twitch. Pre-games, post-game, day before and after the Yankees game. Thanks everyone for stopping by tonight. Let's go. Derek is the man. These watch parties are dope. I'm definitely gonna hop back on here with Derek. Another night coming soon. We're gonna be pumping out watch parties all season. Let's go. Taillon's looking pretty decent though. I mean, other than those, looks beautiful. It's just the control, and like I said before, I mean that's something that you would expect from a guy who hasn't pitched since 2019. Like he's not gonna have great control in his first start back. So. Okay, I like the shirt, Derek. Titanic.
It's a Titanic swim team, 1912.
Interesting.
That makes, it's kind of one of those. Frank says we were glitching for a second.
Apparently my mic went out. They didn't even hear me.
Oh, sorry about that. I heard you. I could hear you on my headphones.
Interesting.
So, what was I going to say here? I had a thought, but then I got interrupted. Oh well, I lost it. Benji says, when are you, Pat, and Derek getting the vaccine? When I'm able. As soon as I can. I've been looking for a appointment, but nothing around me yet.
Cool.
Patrick, what about you?
I mean, like, I feel like once you get it, like, I guess, right? I mean, I don't really, necessarily, plan on getting it, soon. I just don't really feel a need, myself, Like, I'm not, too concerned. I'm, a healthy 20-year-old guy. I'm not too nervous,
But if you do get it, it will make you miserable for a week, and that's no fun.
Yeah, I mean, maybe one day down the road, but, I don't plan on it anytime soon.
Clint Frazier steps in. 1-0 is the count. Takes the fastball inside off the plate. Frazier's looking determined up there. Did you see the look on his face? He's not up there to screw around this at bat.
I love how he gets frustrated with himself. Like Cole.
You would have loved Paul O'Neill.
See, I'm not a fan of Paul O'Neill, the commentator.
Oh, he's great. I love him.
That might be a really hot take, but I'm just not.
That's a generational thing. I think he's great.
Yeah, probably.
So, he would,
I'm 12. So.
he would destroy water coolers if he made an out. First of all, I've never liked that expression. He wants to get a hit every time. Every hitter wants to get a hit every time. But Paul O'Neill took it very seriously when he didn't. He would smash water coolers, and Frazier strikes out on a changeup. looks a little dejected going back to the dugout. 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth. 121.
You know, you say every hitter goes up there wanting to get a hit. I think some of them just want catcher's interference. Jacoby Ellsbury.
Yeah, that was he was like god tier at that.
A monster. Complete monster.
Jay Bruce steps in. I don't like this matchup for Jay Bruce. Tough lefty.
I don't either. You know, that's why I really wanted Talkman to start tonight, just because he has such good stats against lefties in his career. I feel like if you were going to start him, like, today would be the day. Unless they plan on starting him against Tampa when they face Rich Hill, but, like, I don't really see that happening.
I think he's going to play a lot in Tampa because they want to keep Judge's legs off of the turf. I think you're going to see Judge DH on Friday if he's able to, or he'll get the day off. And Stanton will have at least 1 or 2 days off in this series. I definitely don't see Stanton running very much. Even if he gets on base, they're going to tell him to take it easy because that turf is where he got hurt last year. That's where he always struggles.
Yeah.
Means throws it 100 miles an hour to first base to get Jay Bruce by 30 feet.
Swainer said Pat's worst nightmare. Brett Gardner is the new everyday commentator like Michael Kay.
Oh, wow.
Could you imagine?
Brett Gardner, actually, I think he would be a pretty funny color man. He seems like a funny guy. Apparently, he's a prankster.
Okay.
I like Brett Gardner. I'm not going to join the Brett Gardner Bash Fest.
You know, it's kind of turned into like a joke. Like, I don't really like hate Brett Gardner. We're just not best friends. Gary takes a changeup away at 82.
I tell you what, I do like this matchup for Gary Sanchez because this guy doesn't throw that hard. Gary comes in at 188, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. Sounds familiar. Swings and misses at a changeup, but a really good balanced hack. He finished in a good position. He's biometrically perfect. He's got an amazing swing. He just misses the ball a lot.
Yeah. I still have faith in Gary this season. I think he's gonna have I don't think he's gonna have like an amazing year, but he's gonna be solid.
Yeah, I think so too. But we need him to come through right here. It's a good matchup for him. Takes a fastball high.
I can't wait to go back to Yankee Stadium. The only issue is like when I do, I won't be able to do a pregame and postgame, and it's gonna piss me off.
So I'm gonna be building a 643 DP stadium in MLB The Show for us. It's going to be kind of my thing on there is I'm just going to make stadiums because I'm kind of I consider myself an artist above all else. And so that's going to be my thing is I want to build beautiful, amazing stadiums. What are some of the other stadiums in Major League Baseball that you like so that I can use them for inspiration when I create our podcast stadium? As Gary walks.
I really like the Giant Stadium in San Fran. That's beautiful. Like, just because I love, like, any stadium with, like, nice scenery. So, like, Pittsburgh. Yeah. Have you ever seen the Staten Island Yankees Stadium? I know they're not an affiliate anymore.
I have not.
But that field had the most beautiful background, like, of any stadium I've ever seen. Like, you could see the entire Manhattan skyline right on the water.
So, speaking of the stadium out there, Oracle Park, I think it is now, in San Francisco. I've actually been on that field. I go to this conference every year called Oracle Open World where they you pay, they get like thousands and thousands of people from all over the world. You know, basically they come and have this conference and they show off the new Oracle tools. And then they have a big concert that's free at the end of the week. And they usually rent out like a big island or the last couple of years they've done, basically they rent out the Giant Stadium. And they have a big party on this. I was standing in right field watching Aerosmith or Elton John, one or the other, the last few years. It was just super fun.
That's awesome.
And that grass, you can go to sleep on that grass. It's soft.
Oh.
Gio lines a base hit to right field. Right fielder comes up firing and almost gets Gary Sanchez, who's really cruising down to second base. That ball was hit hard, and that was a good throw by, I think that's Santiago out there in right field. But Gary? just kind of loafing towards second base. Almost got his ass thrown out.
Yeah, he was either out of breath or grimacing after that.
sometimes you jog and you. Oh, he's like, oh shit. Yep. He's probably out of breath because he had to kick it in real quick. You know, he went from I'm loafing to crap. Didn't have a chance to take deep breaths. 102.9 exit velocity on that one.
Could you imagine if he got thrown out there? How much fans would just rip him to shreds?
Oh my God, the papers would be ridiculous the next day.
Gary shows his true laziness.
What did I say? Santiago?
If Gardner gets an RBI here, I'll not say a bad thing about him for the rest of the night. How about that?
Did I say? Yeah, there you go. Did I say Santiago? I think it was Santander. That's the right fielder's name?
Yeah, Santander.
I've been watching baseball for so long. I think Benito Santiago, I had like 19 of his 1990 card. Risbio Turbide says, do you think Bernie Williams will get inducted into the Hall of Fame? His numbers are great. Bernie Williams belongs in the Hall of Very Good, but he's not going to get into the Hall of Fame. He didn't get enough votes on the first ballot that he's no longer eligible, unless he goes in via the Veterans Committee, which I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with you. Hall of Very Good sounds good.
Dirt Bike Nation 25 says, hey guys. Hey Dirt Bike.
Dirt Bike Nation's a legend.
Yeah, he's in a lot of these chats. Speaking of Nation, did you hear that I'm running for president of Gumby Nation? I've officially thrown my hat into the ring.
So who are you going up against, though?
As of right now, I'm running unopposed.
That was a terrible at bat, by the way.
Gardner pops out to third, and that will do it. So we go to the top of the fifth here, 7:53 p.m. You gonna stick around for the top of the fifth?
Yeah, we'll stick around for the top of the fifth. Probably gonna be Taillon's final inning, right?
That'll work, and then we'll end the chat. Appreciate everybody for coming out tonight. This Jameson Taillon watch party. We have had a pretty good night. We added about 25 or 30 subscribers so far in this chat.
That's awesome.
Started with 11,404, and we're at 11,429. So 25, pretty good night. I'll take it.
Do you see Benji's comment?
I did not.
Would Brett Gardner be Hall of Famer?
No, not close. Brett Gardner's an average player. Brett Gardner, yeah. I mean, everybody thinks like everybody they like should be a Hall of Famer. Like I thought Don Mattingly should be a Hall of Famer, but as I got older, I realized Don Mattingly's numbers just weren't that great. I mean, they were good. He had an MVP season, but part of being a Hall of Famer is you've got to do it for a long time at a high level, you know? So, yeah, Brett Gardner just doesn't qualify. He's had a couple of good years. He's a good veteran, but not a Hall of Famer.
I think that CeCe is.
CeCe's probably going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Well-deserved, too.
I thought Posada deserved more love. Switch hitting catcher. I'm not saying he should be in the Hall of Fame, but should have gotten more than one round of votes.
Yeah, I think the numbers just didn't really call for it for him.
Yeah.
Wow, it looks like the A's got their first win today. It's another 1-6.
Let's hear it for the A's. Every once in a while, I just like to go over to the soundboard and just just kind of spam everyone with some stuff. This was the sound I heard in my head when I saw the tweet from Jack Curry that says maybe test tomorrow for Aaron Judge. Like that was literally
that works well.
That was the sound that happened in my head. Jameson Taillon back out there. First pitch is a breaking ball off the inside part of the plate and up a little bit. Kind of hung it, honestly. Nick Nelson warming in the bullpen. I tell you what, Nick Nelson has some good stuff.
Yeah.
But he reminds me of Rube from Major League 2. That dumb catcher.
Haven't seen it.
Oh, man. Jesus Christ. You got to watch some baseball movies, man.
Derek, people who are in my chat know I have the attention span of a goldfish. It's rare for me to watch movies.
But baseball movies. Come on, if you're going to be a baseball commentator, you got to be ready for the baseball references. You need to set aside an off day and watch the Major League movies, Field of Dreams, Bull Durham, For Love of the
strap
Game.
myself to a chair.
8 Men Out, Rookie of the Year, all of them. Angels in the Outfield.
There we go. We got a Bo Bichette twin brother now. I've gotten Walmart Bo Bichette as well. So, yeah, there's that.
So this morning I was actually browsing YouTube, and I get all sorts of recommendations for baseball stuff because that's pretty much all I watch. I watch stuff on baseball, and I watch stuff on philosophy. And I got recommended a Bo Bichette high school home run with a metal bat.
Damn.
And it was awesome.
I like Bo Bichette. He's cool.
Yankees 2021 says Gary's taking reps at first base. Well,
Interesting.
he's played first base a couple times, I think.
I don't remember him playing first.
I think he's gone in there a few times late in blowouts, things like that.
Oof.
Strike 3. I think you're slightly ahead of me. On the outside corner from Jameson Taillon. How many strikeouts is that for him? Who's got the number? Let's see it in the
I
chat.
want to say 4, maybe 5. Could be wrong.
So I said 4 1/3, 2 runs, 5 strikeouts. That's about what he's at right now. So anything beyond this, and he exceeds my expectations.
Do you think he comes back out for the 6th if he's under 75?
Not a chance.
Yeah, probably 5 and done, right?
Yeah.
Pat,
It's
you
not
look
really
like Taillon. See, now that's one that I don't see at all.
No. I don't see that. People tell me all the time I look like Gary Sanchez. But I think
No way.
I think the dude on your channel looks like Gary Sanchez. Para?
Yes. We actually last night we pulled up a side-by-side comparison. Identical. Absolutely
Oh my
identical.
god. Hilarious. Somebody says they can't wait for Jason Dominguez. Somebody says 6K. Luigi says 6K. Shout out to Luigi. Luigi gets the air horn. The air horn is reserved for special moments, special people, good comments, and for whenever I want to do it. Line drive to left field. It's going to dunk in there for a base hit. 71 pitches. So, what did I call for Taillon? They might have said if somebody gets on, we're going to the pen to Nick Nelson. So that's 4
Is
1/3.
Nelson coming in?
We'll see. He's looking towards the dugout, but I think he's going to take the set, so Taillon will remain in the game. Frank Saratis says, can't wait for the next Martian tracker. Dun, 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 dun. You like my little 8-bit music there, Frank?
I love it. I
Dude,
love it.
The Martian tracker is one of my favorite things to do. Dude, I just love... Look, I tell you what, Patrick, this YouTube thing is confusing because I literally spent 10 seconds on that video. Like, I spent like 2 minutes on that video. I spend 3 to 4 hours at 5 or 6 in the morning sometimes on the game day show or late into the night. And some of those will get like 2,000 views or make like $11. But then I'll do like a 1 minute Jason Dominguez video where I just basically show some pictures from his Instagram and it gets like thousands and thousands of views and makes like $50.
It's the algorithm.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's so confusing.
0-2, Jameson Taillon pitching here in the 5th. He's over 70 pitches now. I think he's at 73 pitches. I could be off by 1 or 2. Strike 3, 94 over the inside corner. 7th strikeout of the game. Big strikeout. They might have said
Derek,
75 pitches. I see him glancing back at the dugout after every at-bat. So, you know he knows he's almost done.
Derek, I'm really rooting for like a fly ball out here because I predicted 5 innings pitch, 2 earned run. Damn.
There he goes. There he goes.
1 out away from my exact prediction. I said 7 Ks, 2 earned runs, 5 innings.
And it's 8:01. Do we want to call it a night? Just call this a clean inning, and then just maybe I could hop on for the post game, or maybe I'll do my own post game. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'd probably say wrap it up here.
Let's wrap
It's
it
up
up,
to you.
guys. I appreciate it, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this Jameson Taillon watch party. I'm Derek Levandowski, NYY Recaps. Big shout out, big thanks to Patrick Hennessey. Spelled correctly now. Yankees trailing 2-1, but don't go away. Probably have a post game here. Hopefully we can have a victorious post game in a couple of hours. I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It helps other Yankees fans find the channel.